Alright guys, so this video is going to be all the books I read last year, and I started reading in October, November, around that time. So I'm on my Goodreads, which by the way, my Goodreads will be in the description in my Linktree link. But yeah, I'm gonna go over all the books I read, and I will tell you which current book I'm reading, because that's not included. But I did start it last year, but like I didn't finish it, so I'm not including it in this list, but I'll still like tell you guys what I'm reading. Okay, so I'm not going in like any specific order because I don't feel like it. I'm just gonna go from the top of the list to the bottom of the list. Or should I go from the bottom? I'll go from the bottom to the top, you know? I'm gonna be telling you my rating, what I thought of the book, giving spoilers, yada yada yada. So don't watch this video if you don't want spoilers, because I will be spoiling some of the books. Well, I don't know if I will or not, but just in case I do, don't watch this video if you don't care, then that's fine. But yeah, so we're gonna be talking about this first book, which is, by the way, I don't have any physical copies of most of these books because I got them from my library, but since Christmas is past, I've gotten so many books, physical copies of books, so you know, I'm gonna try to do monthly read with me. It's probably not for January because it's like college month, so we'll see. Okay, so first book I'm gonna talk about is The Couple Next Door by Shari LaPena. However you say your name, I'm gonna be putting pictures on the screen of the books and stuff. This book I gave 5-star rating. This was like so good, and this had like mixed reviews on Goodreads. A lot of people said like they didn't like this book because it was so much dialogue, and for me personally, I love dialogue in a book because I feel like I'm like physically talking to that character, or like, I don't know, I love dialogue. So that didn't really bother me. This was a type of whodunit type of story. Yeah, 5 stars. Murder mystery. Well, is it a yeah, I would say it's a murder mystery. It's basically like, yeah, like I said, whodunit. Like you're trying to figure out who did this, what's going on. Like it's a page turner. It makes you do not want to put this book down when you start reading it. So yeah, I give it 5 stars. Next, there was the book Then There Was You by Kara Isaac, however you pronounce her name. Now this book I gave 5 stars as well, because it's a romance book. It's not really like deep romance, like, you know, Colleen Hoover has some like spicy parts in her books, but this was kind of like a subtle romance, and I just said that I like Josh and Paige were like literally meant to be from the start. Like it's an enemies to lovers trope for this book, and I just knew they were gonna end up together. Like how did I predict it? Because I'm so invested in a character when I'm reading. I'm just like, yeah, they're gonna hook up, they're gonna hook up, they're gonna hook up. That's sort of like my mindset throughout this whole book. I'm like, yeah, they're gonna hook up. This book has a little bit of, I wouldn't say religion in it, but it does have like a setting of like a mega church, and then, you know, this girl's working for the church. So if that's not your vibe, you don't want to read about a church, skip it. But other than that, it was so cute. Literally, I said the book was amazing. It's enemies to lovers, and it's so good. Josh was amazing. I knew that him and Paige would end up together. The ending made my heart melt. Like, the ending will make your heart beat. Literally, romances get me in such a mood. I'm like, oh my god, this is like real life. Okay, this is like the star show of the day, star stopper, whatever. Okay, this is the book that blew up for me. So I started reading Colleen Hoover. This was not the first book I read by her. I actually read Ugly Love, but I'll talk about that later because I'm going up the list. It Ends With Us. Now, I physically bought this book because I went into Books A Million and I saw the TikTok table, and I'm like, I need this book, and it was the last one. It was pricey. Yeah, 16 bucks is pricey for a book, but I don't know, the book reader lover inside of me just was like, get it. Because I don't know if you guys know, but there's things such as Book Talk, YouTube, BookTube, sorry, I cannot speak. I've been like on those recently, and like during this time period when I was reading, it came up with Colleen Hoover, and she was so popular, made people cry, heart-wrenching, happy moments, super romance. Like she's definitely a romance author, but she does have one like not romance book. It's called Verity, which I really want to read. People say it's like freaky and it makes you like think of things, but I read It Ends With Us. Obviously that's a 5-star, like duh, that's a 5-star for sure. I had a really lengthy paragraph on Goodreads about this. Please check the trigger warnings because this did have like an abusive relationship in it. That was one of the triggers. So if you don't like hearing about abusive relationships, don't do it. Don't read it. Don't force yourself to read something just because everyone else says it's good. Like, make sure it's something you actually want to read. I said obviously this book was amazing. While I was reading, I thought Ryle was the perfect book boyfriend until he did some things that broke my heart. Ryle is the abusive boyfriend in the relationship, and I did think at the beginning of the book, I'm like, oh my god, he's so good, he's so perfect for her. No, he's abusive, so he's garbage. I said Atlas was definitely my favorite character in this book. Atlas is the cutest boyfriend ever. I'm so glad Ryle and Lily got a divorce. Ryle, like I said, abusive boyfriend, they got married, then it got to the point where it was like way too abusive, so they got a divorce. I was like, thank god, praise the Lord. And Atlas is actually like a homeless boy that that Lily was taken care of, and they eventually got together. I said I knew eventually that Atlas and Lily would become a thing. It just took time, and that's what made this book so precious. So they literally had a thing when they were younger, but then they moved away. You know how it is. People grow up and move away, and then eventually they became a thing at the end. And literally the last sentence of the book explains the title of the book. It will literally make you just be like, oh my god, I wish there was more. Like, oh my god, I love this book. Okay, next is Get a Life, Chloe Brown by Talia Hibbert. Am I even saying her name right? This is the Brown series, the Brown Sisters series. This is book number 1. I honestly should read the second book because I loved this one. I rated this one a 5-star, and I know a lot of these books are going to seem like 5 stars, but it's very, very difficult for me to rate a book 4 stars or lower, just because like every book I've read is just so good. Like, I'm not really picky about what I read. I know people who would like rate some of these books like lower than me, but girl, not me. I loved all these books. So this was Get a Life, Chloe Brown, the Brown Sisters series. I just said that this was such a cute story. Absolutely love the characters. Red is the cutest book boyfriend ever. Makes my heart melt. Basically, in this book, Chloe has like a list of things that she wants to accomplish before her life is over, and she accomplishes most of them with Red, and it's just like you see their relationship grow and grow and grow. And Chloe has like some disability, I forget what it's called, but it's like where it makes her body really achy and sore, so you kind of see how Red takes that, and like he's such a gentleman about it and so caring and so precious. Like, he'll do anything for her, and that's what I loved about this book. I also really liked the concept of her having her list and like, you know, I need to get this done before I pass, you know. It's just chef's kiss. Next, my first ever psychological thriller, baby. So I read The Silent Patient by Alex. I'm not even going to say how to pronounce his name. Okay, this one I rated 4 stars just because I hated the ending. Like, I have a book blog on this, so if you want to go watch it, it will give all spoiler alerts, everything, thoughts, raw opinions, everything. The beginning was super slow for me, and I hated the ending. Yeah, the beginning, I just wanted to get to the point. Overall, I would say this book was extremely enjoyable. Definitely a book everyone should read at least once. I don't normally read psychological thrillers, but this one wasn't bad. Just, I'm not gonna make this video too long, but just go watch the book blog, because I will explain everything, why I hated it, why I hated the ending, everything. So 4 stars. The Ruin. This is a Cormac Reilly series. This is the first book. I think it's a duology. I don't know. I think there's only like one other book in this, but this is The Ruin by Dervla Tiernan, I think. I don't know. I rated this 5 stars. This was like a thriller type of book, mystery. My opinion was it was incredible. It was a page turner for sure. The beginning was so intriguing, made me want to keep reading. Like, literally, it's so good. I really don't remember this book because this was like one of the first books I ever started reading when I got into reading. This book was a murder mystery. Yeah, so they were basically figuring out who done it basically for the murder. The whole time I was reading, I was so intrigued, couldn't stop reading the book the whole time. Like, literally a page turner. Loved it. Next we have The Whisper Man. I think there's another book, another really good book by Alex North, but this is The Whisper Man. I rated it a 5 stars. It's a spooky book. It's a mystery, kind of creepy, but so good. Nothing I can really say. Page turner for sure. And then we get into Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover. This book literally broke my heart into millions of pieces. Like, I'm still thinking about this book. Like, after I read this book, I literally could not read for a while, and I was just thinking of this book. Like, this book shattered me completely. This is a 5 star for sure. It's so good. You will cry. You will cry. Which can be good if you want an emotional, heart-wrenching book. There were some spicy parts in this book, but honestly 10 out of 10 would recommend. Like, yes, there are some very, very spicy parts. Makes you think you're reading a porno, but, you know, keep that in mind. This relationship gets very, very spicy. There's a little bit of incest in this book. It's a stepsister and a brother hookup, you know. Yeah, I mean, just such an incredible book. Literally, I cannot stop thinking about this book. Like, if I literally had this book in my hands and I just read it over again, I would be in tears. I'd be sobbing. This book was, like, literally incredible. And then we have the grand finale, The Hating Game by Sally Thorne. This is incredible as well. 5 stars for sure. Still have not seen the movie yet, but if you guys have seen the movie, please comment your thoughts down below, but no spoilers. I mean, give spoilers, but, like, I don't know. I just don't want too much about the movie because I just want to see it for myself. This is an enemies to lovers trope. Lucy and Josh's relationship were so good. So basically, I made a book vlog on this. I was literally about to explain it, but go watch my book vlog for this because it is such an outstanding book. They are so cute together. The ending is what really gave it a 5 star rating for me. What Josh did for Lucy at the end with the job promotion was such a gentleman-like thing to do for her. Like, he literally put himself in the dust and put her in front of him, put his needs out of the way and put her in front of him. Like, it was, he's such a gentleman. He cares so much for her. Like, literally this book is so good. So many, like, cute parts in this book. Like, I never wanted to stop reading this book. But yeah, those were all the books I read. The book I'm currently reading is in my book bag. I started this in December because I got this for Christmas for my dad's friend. This is When Christmas Comes by Andrew Clavin. I don't know how to say his name, but this book, I'm not really sure how I feel about it. Like, obviously I didn't finish it, so, like, my opinion could, like, differ. I'm only on chapter 8, and I mean, this book's okay. It has, like, obviously it's a Christmas setting, which I know I'm reading this in January. Like, I'm still reading this in January. I hate reading books and then stopping and then picking up a different book. I love to finish books and then read the next book. That's why I haven't been reading this month a lot, just because of college. But this book has, like, a murder in it. It's mystery. It's in a Christmas setting. Like, I don't really know how to feel about it. There's a lot of words in here that are, like, really hard for me to understand. I know I'm not that great with speaking, and, like, I mean, I'm good with speaking, but, like, when it comes to reading big words, I'm really bad with pronunciating things, so it's kind of making it a little bit difficult to read this book. People say they love this book. I don't know. I'm just gonna finish it and then see where I get, but yeah, I wasn't gonna include this book, but I'm still gonna tell you that I'm reading it because I started it last year, but I didn't finish it. I'm not sure if there's gonna be a January reading wrap-up because this is the only book I read this month, and it's already the 21st of this month. So I don't know. There'll probably be no reading wrap-up, but for February I'm gonna get on my grind, start reading a bunch of books if I can on my free time. Yeah, this is a short book. I don't know why I just haven't finished it. It's just because college, you know, college. Anyways, those were the 9 books I read this month. There's a couple book vlogs on my channel, so you can go watch them, The Silent Patient and The Hating Game. Please go watch them. I have such good, like, thoughts and stuff, but if you don't like spoilers, do not watch them. I think I explained that there were spoilers in the beginning of the video, but yeah, I hope you guys like this video. Please like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, that's it for today's video. I'll see you in the next video whenever I plan to upload, but yeah, bye.